Welcome back to Bombastic Nation and ting and ting and ting. Yes, I coming to you with another vibe here. You know what I mean? This one is called 10 videos that may save your life one day. I wonder if it's going to be kind of a scary or something. Make you think or, about something. You know what I mean? I'm always careful. I used to do a lot of traveling and stuff. Lived in New York, lived in Tennessee, lived in Kentucky. What else have I lived? I'm in West Virginia right now. But I've been to a lot of unsavory places, and I've always been sort of careful. So maybe this is telling you how to survive things like that. I don't know. I ain't gonna keep you too long and thing. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and YouTube and simmer.
Should you ever find yourself in a similar predicament as anyone on this list, you might as well try what they did to survive. Number 10. Nicholas White is in an elevator on his work break when it suddenly stops after the power goes out for a split second and comes back on. It's an unremarkable beginning to a long survival situation that stretches on for almost 2 days, with everything caught on camera. He does what anyone would do and repeatedly tries all of the buttons, including the alarm, and then he tries to open the door a couple times, all to no avail. No one in the security room is listening. After an hour, he stands on the rails and looks for a ceiling hatch, but the exit is locked. After more than 10 hours, you can see a worker perform some kind of maintenance on all of the other elevators, apparently skipping right past Nicholas without noticing he's even there. By 19 hours, Nicholas seems to have resigned to his fate. He tries to keep from going crazy by reading the fine print to what he says later on was a sports game ticket. After 40 hours, he has degraded into a vegetative state and mostly lies on the floor or leans against the wall. 1 hour after that, he is finally able to talk to somebody over the intercom, and they give him a special code to press that gets the elevator working again. His friends and a security guard are waiting for him on the other side. Understandably, after spending almost the full weekend in this cube, all he wanted was a cold drink and probably a new job in a different building. Number 9.
I hate elevators. I I'm 7 foot 1 inch tall, and a lot of elevators weren't built from my height. I hate them. When I used to live in New York, we have to go up to this 22-story building, and the elevator was just, man, so small. And I'm not really claustrophobic, because I live in a pretty small apartment here. I'm not really claustrophobic, but man, I hate elevators. You know what I mean? I hate them. I vowed never to live in a skyscraper. If I have a business meeting, we gonna meet somewhere on a ground floor. I'm not. I hate skyscrapers. I would rather climb a mountain. I would climb a mountain before I go up a skyscraper again. I hate them. I even hate going up 4 stories, 5 stories. I hate them. Listen, let me tell you. I am so scared of heights. Sometimes I look up a big toe and I get dizzy. Real talk. You know what I mean? Like I said, I could handle natural heights. Like I could climb a mountain, I could climb a hill. I don't have a problem with it. The minute I step on anything that's man-made, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out.
Kara and Nate of the YouTube channel by the same name hike Mount Yasur, an active volcano on the island of Tana. They cuddle around the crater like it's a romantic campfire, totally unaware that at least 3 people have sadly lost their lives here after making some terrible yet preventable mistakes. Mount Yasur releases sulfuric gases and other compounds into the air at random, and a cloud like this one could be the last thing you ever breathe. With that said, wearing masks in addition to their eyewear probably would have been a good idea. Luckily for them, a strong breeze blows the plume of darkness in the opposite direction, but not enough to keep from aggravating Kara's respiratory system, and the closest medical station is nowhere in sight.
Kinda hard to breathe. Like, I feel like I can smell, like, the chemicals in the air.
At the same time, volcanic rocks that they have reached all the way where she is standing is such a problem that there's even a daily rating system that measures, on a scale of 0 to 4, how likely they are to rain down. This is what an eruption looks like on a calmer day, and it's still a lot of activity in my opinion. Finally, these sandals were probably a poor choice because they don't offer much traction if she slips, and they certainly won't protect against flying chunks of hot rocks. All of these concerns aside, it looks like an awesome time. I'm glad they listened to the tour guide and avoided catastrophe. Number 8.
Really? You didn't go there prepared? Acting like if it's something romantic and stuff. I know you want some fire in your relationship, but that's just too much spark for me. Let's go to a beach instead.
Some friends are enjoying the beach in Malaysia when their parents grow concerned at the sight of something in the ocean. I assume they're shouting for them to come out of the water. This low and wide wave doesn't look like much, but the parents immediately know what it is and the power it holds. They manage not to get taken out to sea, but they still do get slammed by the powerful waves. Look how the rushing water pushes this car back like it weighs nothing, and you'll get a feel of its full force. Any of these people could have been pinned underwater for far longer than they could have held their breath had their parents not warned them in time. Number 7. Stephen Bromley gets more than his money's worth while ziplining in Wales when a strong crosswind takes him for a second go. I can't hear what this worker in the red shirt says over the wind, but maybe you can. Stephen Bromley now has a bird's eye view of the whole town as he teeters back and forth on the line, going whichever direction the wind wills, and hopefully not straight down. Fear creeps in his voice, and a strong current threatens to undo his safety harness as soon as he finishes speaking.
That's beautiful. The view
But
is
Stephen
great.
does not struggle against his equipment, or scream helplessly, or cling to staff when they come out to rescue him. He is holding something in his hand that I assume is a special harness that he attaches to Stephen's line with a click. I wonder how this instructor was able to move against the wind so effortlessly, but at 10 minutes and 46 seconds, you can see this employee reeling them in. Anyway, Stephen survives by being a good sport and waiting for help, which is exactly what needed to be done. He recognized his lack of experience with the situation and correctly relied on the experts. Number 6. Luisito Comunica enters a graveyard in Argentina meant for millionaires to see what the afterlife is like for the rich. After he is taking a personal tour in a cemetery that's supposed to be empty, he twice fails to see what many later insist was a shadow person lurking nearby. This possible ghost sighting over his shoulder is giving a lot of people the creeps. I think it was weird at first, but now I think it could have just been another person taking a tour. This encounter at 9 minutes and 55 seconds is what has many people convinced that this is a ghost, but I think I have a different explanation. The first person is wearing all black and does look creepy, but if you look closely, you can see a second person is walking with him, and therefore this is almost definitely just a couple taking an afternoon stroll and nothing more. This isn't paranormal in my opinion, but with almost 8 million views and new comments coming in all the time.
What are they doing taking a stroll in a bumble-clad graveyard? What, they think the rich people's aura is gonna rub off on them or something? Come on.
I just wanted.
I ain't going for no leisurely walk, and they look like they're having a romantic walk in that bloody graveyard.
To analyze this
Come on.
video and put the rumors of this video to rest. Still, you should always watch out for strange people while on vacation, especially in a cemetery. Number 5, a YouTube channel called the Yak Attack FL has to think fast and battle back when a hammerhead shark takes an interest in them. A single sudden movement could tip over the kayak, so he has to remain balanced and sitting down while adrenaline courses through him. There's nothing left to do but try to scare it away however they can. He smacks the shark with his paddle, and you don't see it, but you can hear the force as he connects. This just drives the shark closer to the person recording, and in this moment you can tell that it has the extra wide jaws and flat head of a real hammerhead shark. As these tooth marks later show, the shark was testing them and would have been ready to take a chomp out of any arms or legs hanging over. Eventually it gets tired of their battling back and leaves them in peace, So, if you were stuck in a
Respect the
one-person
ocean.
kayak and sharks start to circle, do you think this is an appropriate way to handle it? I don't think I could personally get aggressive like this towards the shark, but as this video shows, it may have saved these fishermen. Number 4. An Australian YouTuber slash Uber driver named Darren Levy is filled with anxiety over his almost empty gas tank. He bottoms out on a busy bridge with 12 miles to go to the nearest gas station. There's no shoulder to pull over on, so stuck in a lane and traffic is steady. He needs to think fast before he gets rear-ended. Instead of calling for help, he opts to pour what's left of an energy drink directly into his gas can. We don't actually see him do it here though, so I don't know if he is faking it or what. Listen to his voice and tell me if you think his surprise is real here. He sounds really calm, but I guess he might have been in mild surprise that it actually worked. Anyway, according to Darren, he was able to use this trick to get to the gas station in time. I was sure that this video was too crazy to be real and had to be a joke, but I found a different video where they pour an energy drink directly into the engine, as shown here, and then they're able to start up the car and accelerate for a little. To my surprise, and probably yours too, it does seem a little possible, even though it does damage the engine after a while.
And you all drink this stuff. Got enough energy in it to run a car for a little bit. And you all drink it.
Point is,
That boom you see, that's just...
Darren Levy might have been telling the truth after all. Number 3. This next video shows that even a zip line is in perfect condition. With flawless equipment is never truly safe. Sometimes things just go wrong. A giant gator pops up to try and snag this instructor out of the air. There is a decent amount of space between the two, but I'm sure it was plenty close enough if you asked her. And she definitely knows what waits for her should she ever make a future mistake and fall in.
Wow.
So I guess the final and most important lesson of ziplining over water is to always keep your legs up, because you never know what's lurking below the surface waiting
That would
to
have got
take a
me.
chomp.
At 7 feet
Number
tall.
2. A worker presses the garage door button on his way inside, but the door goes back up instead. I think the door returns to the open position as a built-in safety precaution whenever there's something wrong with the track. So if the garage door gets stuck, don't keep messing with the controls or else this could happen. Thankfully, the corner catches for a split second and gives him the few seconds he needs to avoid becoming a red stain. If it had dropped straight down, there would have been nothing for him to do. So basically, when the garage door at your job is giving you problems, always grab a supervisor, unless you want a chance of this happening to you.
Wow.
Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills, and if you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram.
Chills, you got the freakiest voice, but it works for this stuff.
At Dylan is Chillin' YT and tap that follow button to find out. Have you seen the number 15 music video yet? If not, you're definitely missing out. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person. So if you're generous enough to hit the subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way, you'll be notified of the new videos I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Number 1. These YouTubers are about to come face to face with a situation none of us would want to deal while out on the water.
Ooh!
Hey!
You should have been...
The boat would have practically cleaved him in half had he not paddled away at the last second. And as the other boat passes, you can see one person is facing the wrong way, and the other is absent-mindedly holding a fishing rod. Nobody is guiding the engine like they should have been.
Wow.
Everything is okay in the end, but
Couple
like
of
the YouTuber
bumbleclad
says,
kids.
you wouldn't operate a car without looking where you're going, so you shouldn't drive a boat like that either. Let this be a lesson to look where you're going on the water.
Boy.
And if you're in a small paddle boat like he was, always be sure to look up when you hear an approaching engine. Remember to always say nope to scary situations.
I would have been really mad, boy. I would have stayed out there and fished. I wanna see them. Nah, that would that be sea rage? Cause road rage. I guess that would be sea rage. Man attacked children or young people because of sea rage. Wow, that would have really make me mad though. That would have. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it right there. You know what I mean? Go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification button so you get notified whenever I upload a video, which I plan to upload at least one a day, and as I get going, maybe two a day. So hit that notification button, like this video, love it up and ting, you know what I mean? And then comment, you know what I mean? And like I said, give me some ideas of stuff you want me to watch, that you like to watch. Just like I'm sharing with you what I like to watch, you share with me what you like to watch, and maybe I might react to the thing. But in the meantime, make life cool runnings.